So we spawned into just outside Electro. I had a life from another server clearly, so I spawned in and expecting to be on the coast, but obviously wasn't, so it took me a little time to get my bearings and realise where I was before I quickly made the decision that I was going to head west to the camp and the military just beyond it. It was a very short adventure, but it taught me a really important lesson, one that I knew but had never really experienced, and I think until you experience it, sometimes you just don't ever learn the lesson, do you? So normally I would be narrating as we go, but I'm doing it in post as my microphone failed on me on this one, unfortunately. But I thought it was enough of a lesson that it was worth producing for you, so I hope you enjoy. At this point, I was trying to ascertain what had aggroed the zombies. I was confident it was me, but I felt like I'd heard some other kind of movement. So with that infected aggroed, I just thought, screw it. If somebody's here, they're here, and we'll have a good fight, but if not, I'm just going to head to these cabins, get what I can, try and lock some infected in there, but I wasn't expecting what I found at the medical.
I'm friendly. Why did you lock me in there?
I really didn't mean to kill the poor guy. I kind of forgot that he had been down by the zombies in the first place, and then took a couple of hits when I was in there as well, but he wasn't responding on mic. I look back now and think I feel pretty bad because he probably just didn't have a chance to respond. He was scrabbling for his own life, but hey, that's DayZ, isn't it? So I took him out and I took what I could get from him, and I headed back into the medical just to see if he'd fully looted it or not. So I left the medical and headed northwest towards the military camp and then Staroi beyond. I didn't feel it was worth aggroing any more military zombies, so I snuck out of there and made my way north towards Staroi. So I entered the police station. I obviously knew there was somebody around, but the shots came from outside the police station, possibly outside the town, so I wasn't too concerned at this stage. Coming in, I thought the place had been looted, but as you can see, I quickly found a stab vest. The back door was open, and there's like a medical pouch in there, so people had clearly been in here, but had dropped some of their weapons, and I thought it was a good opportunity to pick up a few extra bits and pieces. I might even find a magazine for one of these pistols or something like that. I couldn't believe what I found in the next room though, so I was messing around with these, deciding which one to take. Obviously wanted to go with a Glock, but in the next room somebody had dropped a blaze. It's quite unbelievable really. I wonder what they dropped it for. I can only imagine maybe an R12 or something like that. So I could hear a bit of activity outside. Obviously I knew that there was people around at this stage, so I just tried to reorganise my inventory a bit, sort out what I was going to go out and potentially use on anyone who would be outside, and slowly make my way to get a drink because I was red on water, yellow on food, and it looked like it was actually survival. The basic means that was going to be my undoing on this run. So as you can see at this point, things are getting pretty desperate. I'd sorted out the water situation, but my food was red and my health was yellow and decreasing. So looking at my options, I tried to push north to Shakovka, but in true DayZ fashion, I lost my bearings. So I make my way towards the woods, which I think are the right woods, but who can tell at this point. Came across one of these, which I'd never seen before, but it's obviously the current update, where they put these pyres in. Desperately looking around here for some food. Failing. And so decided to head into the woods. I thought I was heading the right way, honestly. I thought it was just heading north, but well, as you can see, I start to lose my bearings pretty badly and start desperately sprinting through the woods. The stomach continues to growl. I find a path. This is the red path. And I thought I was taking the red path to Shakovka. But it turns out I wasn't. Nice to find that. But it wasn't helping me, and it wasn't what I needed. I needed food. And it's at this point that I learn a very hard DayZ lesson. So once I came across this stream, I realised that I'd wandered too far east and was now south of Dolina. But to be honest, I was pretty happy about that. This meant that I could fish if there was no food in the houses, so I just decided to make my way straight up into the houses, find some rags, craft a rope, fishing rod, you name it, and get the next part of my adventure started. I got careless and forgot that they always have a friend.